Hey guys, this is Roberto Blake, and I guess we're live right now. I just had to adjust the audio a bit there. Welcome to another YouTube live Q&A session. Hopefully this is having like the right setup. Everything is working because it's been a minute since we went live. I've been traveling, so it's been about 2 weeks since we did one of these live Q&As. We have a lot to catch up on. A lot has happened in the realm of YouTube. I want to answer some of your questions about new features that are going down in YouTube, such as the YouTube Red switching to YouTube Premium, the new YouTube Music, some things that they've done with the YouTube Studio Beta and how they're promoting that more, some of the updates they've done with notifications. I just want to talk to you guys about what's going on with all of those things, answer some of your questions, take some super chats. We might be able to actually do a few, not a lot, but a few channel reviews at the end of the stream. If you want details on how that works, then you'll want to read the description, because if you're not following my rules, I can't be responsible for what happens. But no, so we're going to be doing some of that. I'm going to catch up with you guys. And also, we have some interesting new developments with what I'm doing here on the channel, which are amazing. And we also get to talk about some other tools, some stuff free and paid that you guys can use to grow your YouTube channel, and some interesting developments there. So we've got a lot to talk about. Real quick, let's see what's going on and pop up some of the chat stuff here on the screen, see what you guys have to say and what's going on, and just say hi to a couple of people. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So Dominic, nice to see you. Cricket, good to see you. How's it going? Doki, Ricky, you guys are digging the lighting. You like the blue? Yeah, I like the blue. I can change this to pretty much any color I want. Hey Siri, turn room red. See, that looks a little creepy though. I don't know that I love that as much. Hey Siri, turn room green. See, that's not as noticeable. Siri, turn room purple. Hey Siri, turn room purple. That's pretty cool. Works out really well with the search. Hey Siri, sorry, shirt, not search. Hey Siri, turn room blue. So that's pretty dope. I just like that. Smart lights are pretty dope. I'm a fan. I don't know if you guys are. And for anybody who's Siri that I might have triggered, I apologize for that. I just like goofing around like that. I think that's fun. I kind of like my toys. Now, we've got Sombra Time Skip asking how to break 100 subs. I've actually done multiple videos on starting a YouTube channel from zero. Every YouTuber starts at zero. Don't feel like, bad if you are a smaller YouTuber and you're trying to get subscribers. It's slow, it happens, and it's a little slower now just because the culture of YouTube has changed. So, don't sweat it. I've got some videos there to help you out. That's not really something we're going to talk about in this stream. We're going to get into some deeper things. But before we go any further, I want to thank today's sponsor of the live stream. That's right, the stream finally has a sponsor, and that's pretty dope. So about maybe once a month, this stream is going to be sponsored by our friends over at TubeBuddy. If you guys are not familiar, TubeBuddy is one of the most powerful tools in YouTube that you can use. It is a Chrome browser plugin. I use it to help optimize my videos so I can win that sweet search engine game where I get about maybe 30% of my views from. It also helps me with recommended. So TubeBuddy actually helps me with crushing it with 60% of the views that ultimately come to the channel through long tail search. And it also helps me optimize. When I need to promote my new products or something free that's a download for my email list, or my affiliate links that bring money into the channel, I can actually do a bulk edit option because of TubeBuddy, and I can change all of that stuff on my channel across 1,000 videos instead of doing it one by one. They also have this really great feature in case your videos get demonetized, where you can actually do a bulk check for demonetized videos, and you can click a button and you can actually send a review request for all of your demonetized videos. So if you have like 5 demonetized videos, you, instead of having to submit them one by one, with a click of a button, you can submit all of them. So in the age of the apocalypse, that's a blessing, right? So TubeBuddy has a lot of great features. I use them. You guys know they've been a friend of the channel. They're also going to be hosting my meetup at VidCon. I'm hoping to see you guys there. So thank you again for TubeBuddy for being a friend of the channel for a very long time and sponsoring the stream. They've also hooked you guys up with a 20% discount, so use the code Roberto's Buddy in the description down below and get 20% off on TubeBuddy. Thank you, TubeBuddy, for sponsoring the live stream and some of the Friday content. I appreciate you. Speaking of Friday, by the way, guys, I'm going to be photographing MomoCon and shooting behind-the-scenes footage for some photography and video production tutorials, and also teaching you guys about slow-mo. So guess what? I will not be doing a live Q&A on Friday, which is why we're doing it tonight. We're doing it tonight, but you guys will be getting a video from me on Friday. So, Essentially Game Vlogs ask, what lighting system is that? It is Hue, is the Philips Hue. And guys, I do have Alexa. Don't tell Siri, she'll get jealous. But I do have Alexa and Cortana. Just don't tell them. Anyway, there's a lot that's going on, and some of you guys are talking about here in the chat. YouTube is changing a few things, and YouTube Red is interesting because, as some people are talking about, YouTube won't be as dependent on advertising revenue, which is more vulnerable now. We're living in the age of the post-adpocalypse, so I definitely appreciate people bringing that up. Manny Ortiz, thank you for tuning into the stream, buddy. I'll be hitting you up a little bit later. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow. I know we were going to talk this week. Guys, if you aren't familiar with Manny Ortiz, he actually runs one of my favorite photography channels on YouTube. Manny Ortiz, Jessica Kobasi, Brandon Wolfel, Jared Poland, and Terry White are probably my favorite photographers on YouTube that aren't Peter McKinnon. So definitely make sure you're checking out Manny and some of the other folks that I mentioned. Manny, thanks for showing up to the stream. Appreciate you, buddy. Tara, good to see you. Awesome. What's the difference between TubeBuddy and vidIQ? There's a lot of differences between TubeBuddy, vidIQ, and MORNINGFAME. I will do other videos that go into that, and with you guys, there's reasons to use all of these different apps, and people have their preferences. I use everything, and you know, they will sponsor some other content, and we'll be working together. I work usually with everybody. I don't pick one competitor to work with. If everybody wants to work with me, I work with everybody, as long as I think they're giving value to the community. But let's talk a little bit about some of these YouTube changes real quick, and I want to show you guys something that you may not have seen yet, and then I want to talk after that. I want to geek out with you guys about what's going on with Cobra Kai, because that's going to be pretty dope to talk about. Let's look at YouTube Analytics real quick, and this is a version of YouTube Analytics you guys may not be familiar with. This is the YouTube Analytics dashboard that's in beta right now, and this is actually a really good change. You may notice that this is different than what we've seen previously with the dashboard, and I like that they've highlighted you know, my newest video and told me how that's performing overall. And that this is a experimental feature, so this may or may not stay in. So I like how they're framing all of this and what they're telling us. And I think that this streamlined dashboard is coming out pretty well. The problem is it's still missing a ton of features. It's missing a ridiculous amount of features. But we do get some other features in exchange, and one of the new ones I want to show you guys is that we already saw impressions and impression click-through rate, which is dope, but this unique viewers is something that we weren't getting before, and it's really important to be able to see these unique viewers, because this conceptually is the estimated number of people that watched your content within that selected date range, right? Which means in the last 28 days, no matter what my views were, it means across the entire channel that I got almost 250,000 unique people regardless of what my views were, which means even in a down month where I have not uploaded a lot in the last 28 days due to travel and not having time to edit and not, editing enough stuff in advance like I used to, despite that, in a down month, I still got almost 250,000 people, which tells me something different than what we used to understand. A lot of people, they look at their views and they look at whatever their latest video is doing, and if they don't get views on their latest video, the assumption to the creator, let alone the audience, if they see like views like this and then they're like, but you have over 100,000 subs, why is your audience not watching every video? Is it a dead channel? Are you not giving them what they want? But the thing is, people, depending on your demographics, may not have what I'm referring to now as disposable watch time. If you're a YouTube channel where you're a personality, or you only talk about one thing, or you reach a young audience, your view to subscriber ratio will be usually high. If you are anything that's a entertainment channel or a product review channel or a tutorial channel or something like that, the odds are, one, your audience will probably be older, and then two, you have to worry about what I call disposable watch time, which means they may not have time to watch your video right away because you have an older audience that you're competing for their time, not only with everything else in YouTube, but you're competing with their kids, their job, their spouse, their significant other, whatever their other goals are or their other entertainments are. So if you're competing with that and you have an older audience, your view to subscriber ratio usually is not going to be anything super, super fantastic a lot of the time. That doesn't mean your audience is dead or has abandoned you, though. And these new analytics help you put that in perspective. Now you can put in perspective, now the audience, the viewing people, the mainstream casual YouTube viewer is going to scream at you about your channel being dead and rest in peace. What they're not going to see is the back-end analytics that shows that across your entire channel for the month, you actually got a significant amount of unique viewers to watch some kind of video, even if it wasn't your latest video. And that is insanely important for your mental health as a YouTuber, to put your channel into perspective. So now we know from impressions that, hey, YouTube isn't suppressing my content or not delivering it, and I'm seeing that I'm only converting 3.5%, which in marketing terms is really good, by the way. Anything above 2%, marketers, business people know that 2% conversions, 2% click-through rates are fantastic. YouTube saying 2 to 10% would be great for you, but don't mistake that being good for that being normal. There's a difference between good and normal. Normal is by niche. Normal is whatever is normal for your channel. It's whatever, right? So look at normal in the perspective of your channel. Don't compare yourself to the rest of YouTube, and especially never compare yourself to big YouTubers and mainstream YouTubers. It doesn't work. It's not healthy. Your audience is your audience. Your data is your data. I cannot stress that enough. Now, with this perspective, we can see that if you really wanted to get your views up, you got to get your click-through rates up, which ties everything to your YouTube thumbnails. Your YouTube thumbnails are the most important part of this because that gets you clicks, which gets you views, gets you watch time. It affects everything else, right? So that's what I want you guys to really understand. And we're also going to go into another thing here with in the Build Your Audience tab. I like how they did this. So when they go this, they do average views per viewer, which basically means that it's telling you whether you have people binge watching your channel or not. Let's see if it can give me data for the last 90 days. I like that. Okay, so it can give me data for the last 90 days. So what I like about this is it kind of tells you your channel's potential. It tells you your channel's potential. And I like that because by looking at this, especially over 90 days, I can put my channel into perspective. I can see that I don't jive with the young audience. I jive with adults and that's a more affluent audience, and that's exactly what I really want for my channel based on my business goals and based on what my brand is. Most of my watch time comes from non-subscribers, which explains why I keep getting new subscribers. Almost 20K people in 90 days is actually pretty good. In the last 3 months, I got what is like almost 1/5 of a silver play button. So that's actually pretty dope. But unique viewers means that there's a lot of potential for me to convert people that I haven't tapped into, which means they might not have watched enough of my content. When I polled you guys, you said, hey, it takes 3 to 5 videos for me to convert to being a subscriber. So, that's interesting. Let's see if it can give me data for the last 365 days. Not yet. They haven't been able to do that just yet. All right, cool. But yeah, so I at least can see that feature for the last 90 days. I really hope they're able to tell me historical data, because I'd really love that. But if not, we'll just get better data over time as time goes on. But, I feel like if I can get people to watch more of my content, then the subscribers will grow because I'll be able to convert them, which means making series and making videos that are similar to each other more often. That's why having a niche helps. Now I have other goals, and I have a theme for my channel instead of a niche for my channel. That's one of those do as I say, not do if I do things, because when you're building the type of business that I'm building, you have to sometimes deviate from a best practice or a norm at least a little bit. And there could be huge payoffs and opportunities, but it could also hurt you in other ways. My growth would be bigger if I did certain things differently, but I would sacrifice the money I make outside of YouTube a little bit if I did that. And so I'd rather just make more money on the back end. So, but that's what my priority is. I like being independent of YouTube because, well, adpocalypse. I don't want to ever be vulnerable. So I diversify in that way. So those are some of the new things that we're looking at in YouTube, and I think that that's actually really cool to be able to put YouTube in perspective. In a second here, I'm going to go through the chat, and I'm going to see what you think, and I'll answer some of these questions here. But there's one more thing I want to show you, because I feel that a lot of you are looking at this and, this is good numbers for me, but like you're thinking about yourself and maybe there's something, discouraging. And what I want to do is I want to show you guys something that I've been working on. Remember how I talked about how YouTube thumbnails are one of the most important things to get those click-through rates up? And you guys know that, hey, if I make better thumbnails, I'm more likely to get clicks, I can stand out in YouTube, and I can get more subscribers and more watch time and all of those things. Well, I put together a checklist for you guys, and it's totally free. I have it linked down in the description, and it is the secrets to getting views and clicks with your YouTube thumbnails. It's 40 tips that you can use for yourself as a checklist, and you can download that for free. You just have to give your email. That is something from awesomecreatoracademy.com, my website, and it's linked down below for you. There's also a discount and offer for the YouTube Starter Kit, which also has thumbnail templates, and that is a paid product over on awesomecreatoracademy.com, which is my online website where I sell my products and my services. And if you guys are not familiar with the YouTube Starter Kit, it has literally over 160 download assets, templates that you can use for YouTube thumbnails, YouTube channel artwork, YouTube end screens that can help you get people to binge watch those videos. And so it's a really decent offer for you guys, usually $99, but you have a discount code in the description down below. It's good for a limited time. Take advantage of it. You guys have seen for yourself that there are a lot of people who are taking advantage of the YouTube Starter Kit and have, it's really helped turn their channel around with some better clicks and getting more views on their videos. And I think they can help you, because some of you, the problem isn't making better content. Some of you are making fantastic content. We've reviewed that here on the channel before. But the problem is your packaging. The problem is that you're not doing what it takes to get a click on that awesome content that you're doing. You're spending 8 hours editing in a video, and then you're spending 8 seconds on a thumbnail. Doesn't work that way. Packaging matters. People judge books by their covers. So you can buy the YouTube Starter Kit, and you can have a shortcut to making awesome thumbnails. You can, do that. Or in the meantime, if you think that you can do stuff on your own, use some of my advice from this free checklist. Just sign up your email and grab that. So those things are at Awesome Creator Academy, and they're linked in the description down below for you guys. So let's check out some of your comments. And first of all, we got a super chat from Anthony Steiner, Awesome Creator Academy alumni here. Orange lights, orange, fine, here's to your dinner. Love from ACA. All right, thanks so much, Anthony. Appreciate you. Someone's asking where I got my sweet headphones. These came from my friends at Sennheiser. They hooked me up with these, and they hooked me up. I have these under my desk. I have a hook under my desk for my headphones, guys. They also hooked me up with these. I think these are the BT HC 4.5s, and these are noise canceling Bluetooth headphones, and they are amazing. These are like the best Bluetooth headphones I've had besides my AirPods. Lost my AirPod case. I gotta buy another one, so that sucks, but whatever. So yeah, Sennheiser hooked me up with that. I use a lot of Sennheiser audio products. They hooked me up with like $1,000 worth of audio gear somehow, but I've actually spent like $1,600 in audio gear with them, so that sounds pretty dope to me. But yeah, Sennheiser's pretty awesome, and they hook me up with gear sometimes. And when they don't, I just buy it. XZTube says, Roberto, can you please answer my question on how to get to 1,000 subs? It's really easy to get to 1,000 subs. Watch my other content on how to get to 1,000 subs. That's your answer. I'm not even joking. I'm not being facetious or condescending. I literally have done so many videos on how to grow subs that I'm like, if anyone literally asks me about doing videos on how to grow subs, I'll add a month to the next time I put out a subs video, how to get subs video, every time someone asks for it. Like, that's how we're going about this. Because, savage dabs. Jen Adventures TV. Hey, Jen, how's it going? Roberto, can you please give your Season 2 Cobra Kai predictions? I'll do that after we talk about Cobra Kai. I love me some Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. Darth Sadie, good to see another Dark Lord in the house. Any tips, tools for marketing a self-published book? Planning on publishing this fall. Fantastic question, Sadie. So, self-publishing a book, make sure that you set up your Amazon for pre-orders beforehand, and make sure that you do a combination of running ads. Make sure you do some content that gets people to pre-order the book. The big thing is you want as many pre-orders as you can, because the sales from your pre-orders count to your launch day sales, and that can help you become an Amazon bestseller overnight. So absolutely make sure you're doing that. I would say that Instagram ads are a great way to promote your book and to drive pre-orders. So I would definitely do that. I would do live streams. And so those are a lot of things that I would suggest. I would also check out content on YouTube from people who have done book launches. There's a lot of great stuff for that. My friend Pat Flynn has some content around that, so check that out. Clover Tack, thank you for the $5 super chat, buddy. Just hi, good to see you live. Seems like it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a minute, but absence makes the heart grow fonder. You always want to keep them wanting more, right? So that's what's up, guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Mind 10 blocks. How do you get how do you grow your YouTube channel fast? Gateway content and content strategy. Good content strategy, gateway content, good thumbnails. Do a series, do a playlist. That grows a channel fast. But I'm not going to give you a more straightforward thing than that, because that's really good advice. But the problem is that you're attaching speed to it. Like, growing a YouTube channel fast is like, I'm going to ask a controversial but somewhat legitimate question, and I'm slightly annoyed, but like, it's no offense to anybody. It's like, why the hell do any of you care about growing a YouTube channel fast? Why the hell do any of you care about growing a YouTube channel fast, right? What if it takes you 5 freaking years to hit 10,000 subscribers if you're doing content that you actually like, that you think that's good? Like year one, you think you're gonna play a sport and win a trophy that's not a participation trophy year one? Freaking, like, come on. Come on, let's like be real with that. Like, be real with that. Like, if you pick up a sport and instrument in a year and you're getting a trophy, you're either really talented or the talent pool of people around you is not really good. The competition must be god awful, or you're a prodigy, you're a freaking genius. If you go to something competing at year one and actually get somewhere and actually win, you either were an undeveloped genius at that thing, or the competition around you just sucked. No one should have any expectations of getting somewhere fast. Okay? You want to succeed? Get good at something. If you want to prioritize speed, you don't prioritize speed of a result. You prioritize the speed at which you effectively run through a process. So that's the answer. It's like, get out of here with this growing a YouTube channel fast stuff. Why are you so impatient? And again, that's not an answer people like, and it sounds like I'm disrespecting people, but it's like I'm being radically, painfully honest with you, because there are going to be a lot of people who are going to coddle you on this, and I want you to respect the thing like being an athlete. I want you to respect it like being an athlete. I want you to respect it like being an entrepreneur, because you know what happened? And I'm not calling anybody out, but I'm going to tell you, there are some channels that were the biggest channels, and they blew up in 2016, and they are dead channels now. They blew up. They grew fast. They did 1 million in like 8 months. They did 1 million in like a year. Went to like 3 million in 18 months. These are channels with gold play buttons, and they are dead. They haven't uploaded in 8 months. Because the thing that gets you there fast won't keep you there forever. These are channels that blew up beyond people who've been on YouTube 10 freaking years, and where are they now? They're freaking dead. Buried, gone, and they're not coming back. So, like, what good does it do? You want to flame out? You want a gold play button so bad that your channel's dead for 2 years after that? Like, what good does that do? Like, you're going to be the flavor of the month, you're going to go viral, you're going to go big, and then you're going to be lame and people are going to move on. Okay? Do something sustainable. Play the long game. Be patient. You got time. You got time. Joe from the Carolinas. Roberto, do you think YouTube has changed how they rank speech content during videos, i.e. how you say in a video matches up, how what you say in a video matches up with the titles and tags? I don't know if the machine learning has gotten that advanced just yet. They have been doing some stuff with real-time captioning, which I think is awesome if they want to do accessibility, but I'm not sure how they're weighting that with regard to ranking. But even ranking doesn't mean as much if you don't have a compelling title and thumbnail. So the ranking thing could help long-term, but initially there's a limit to what it accomplishes. So the main thing would just be to prioritize your ability on your own to promote a video. And I would say growing your social media and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram becomes important if that's the case. Yo mama, yes, I did talk about the new features. I did at the very beginning of the video, so definitely tune in for the replay on that. Jake Summers. Why does that name sound familiar? That name sounds really familiar. Is quality or quantity more important? It's not an either or. They're both important. They're both important. A quality thing that you can't sustain or keep up isn't that valuable, and something that you can do really, crappy quality, but you can do a bunch of it, that's not that valuable either. It's about finding the right balance of quality and quantity, and what's sustainable and what's doing what it needs to do. So yeah. Angler, this is Angler TV. What's the pros and cons of using your real name? It just depends on how you feel about privacy, and it depends on what your career aspirations are. XZ2, Roberto, can you please answer my question? Will you review my YouTube channel? No, because you didn't follow my channel review rules. So that's why. Dorian./answer. People want something financially sustainable as early as possible. Harsh answer reply. If your answer is that people want something financially sustainable as early as possible, YouTube isn't the answer, and growing a YouTube channel is not the answer. I'm saying that with all due respect, in the sense that I'll tell you that my AdSense numbers are not indicative of normal. They are completely abnormal. I've shown 6 people that have worked from NCNs, and they've told me, wow, that's some of the highest CPM I've ever seen on a channel, regardless of views or subscribers. What the hell? And I've seen other people's like numbers, and I'm telling you, sustainable on YouTube, good luck. Make 5 million views plus a month, and hopefully they're not demonetized. Which, by the way, given the mainstream audience of YouTube, given the kind of audience and what Jake Paul fans, which make up the majority of YouTube, gravitate to, good luck making content that doesn't get demonetized if you want to get those levels of views and get them ad monetized. It doesn't work that way. If your answer is that people want something financially sustainable as early as possible, then they should do something that is much more lucrative than YouTube and growing an audience for AdSense money, because AdSense money is not financially sustainable, and certainly not financially sustainable early on for the far majority of people. And you guys can bring up all the outliers you want, and it doesn't account for, and it doesn't even break the threshold of even 20% of the 50 million people uploading to YouTube every day. So if that's the answer, then it's an answer that's contrived out of a certain level of naivete about the actual system. And that naivete should not exist for all the information there is out there available. I think that people just want to believe that, I think people want to believe that it's as easy as show up, make content, and get money. And it's really not that easy. And if you guys have paid attention to social media and what YouTubers are saying at all, it is not that easy. YouTubers are telling you about their burnouts, their struggles, their financial situation. It's not that easy. Now, if you wanted to do something in a year that's financially sustainable and makes you real money, you should watch every one of my videos that is not a how to grow a YouTube channel video, and then you would actually make money. And I'm not saying that condescendingly or smugly. I'm making the point that there are so many of my revenue streams that make me infinitely more money than doing YouTube AdSense. So that's my answer when it comes to YouTube. And I agree with This is Angler TV that we live in a fast food society where people want things fast and they want them to be easy, but the reality is it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way, and it really never has. There were exceptions, and the platform is not young anymore, and so I think that a lot of people are just really taking this out of context. Alex Fishin says, I've been doing this for 2 years, really doing it, and he's at just 500 to 600 a month. Right. So I would say that, that's a closer reality, and Alex has a good channel, and his quality is good. His niche is very particularly small, but his thing is good. But here's the thing, Alex is a small channel. I know channels that do over 1 million views, 2 million views, that make the same amount of money as Alex per month. YouTube is not easy. The algorithm is ruthless. The advertisers ain't messing around, and the reality is it's just it's just the way it is. And even in a niche where you have a high CPM, like Alex is talking about, fishing has a high CPM for the ads that target that, then it's it's a problem. So I really think that if your answer is that you're doing YouTube because you want financial freedom, YouTube AdSense isn't the answer. I'm not saying YouTube isn't financially viable at all. I'm pointing out that it is ridiculously hard for the majority of you if you don't have a good business model. And I would tell you that a good business model backed by a channel used purely for marketing would be infinitely better for you than AdSense. By far. Even the Logan and Jake Pauls of the world, to be very real with you, AdSense is 1/3 of their multi-million-dollar revenue stream. It's 1/3. Their merchandise is a far more lucrative thing for them. And they get sponsors for their other social media posts because they have millions in Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Real talk. So YouTube should be used as leverage, and it should be used as a creative medium, or it should be used as you having your own television program or your own podcast. If your goal is that AdSense, you can use YouTube as a business thing, but like AdSense, you should ignore its existence. It should be extra. You should just take all the AdSense money and reinvest it back into the business of building your personal brand and not even try to live off of AdSense. Like, if that's the YouTuber dream, like, that part of it's dead. And it was never really sustainable past a certain point anyway. The outliers, the exceptions, the top 1%, they're always the top 1%. That doesn't mean that you should expect that to apply to you. Like the geeky monk, I'm not YouTube support. I don't know what to do about your AdSense verification postal address thing, dude. Like, contact support, because I'm not it. Also, by the way, from at this point going forward, any question that should be answered by doing a Google search real quick, I'm probably just going to ignore. So anyway, let's move on to something fun instead of me having to rant at, questions that really don't require or deserve answers at this point. Let's go ahead and talk about something. Let's talk about something important. Let's talk about Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. This series. This has restored my faith in YouTube up to a certain point. Up to a certain point, this series is everything I've always wanted, and it's what I believed YouTube should have been doing, and this has restored my faith is restored. Now, I'm going to say something that's really interesting here. Like, Cobra Kai, the first episode did 35 million views in 3 weeks. I don't know what else you need in terms of numbers to really get that. But this series is great. And for you not familiar, Cobra Kai is a revival and a true successor to the Karate Kid movies. It is in universe, it is canon, and it does have William Zabrak and Ralph Macchio reprising their roles of Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, respectively. And I really love this series. I got to meet Ralph Macchio at Dragon Con about maybe 2 years ago. That's a convention local to Atlanta. Before I moved here, I always do these conventions here in Atlanta every year with my friends who live in the area and some who moved away. But so Cobra Kai crushed it. It beat TV ratings and Netflix and Hulu in the time that it's been out. It got renewed for a second season after only a week. The views and the reviews for it have been so good. This is dope. You can watch the first 2 episodes for free with that YouTube Red subscription. But this has done a great job bringing more people to YouTube Red because it's addictive. And if they're going to do content like this, YouTube Red is going to win, which is why I think they're going to the YouTube Premium thing and they're upping the price. And I think that's a little silly in some regards, and it has more to do with YouTube Music, which I'll talk about a little bit later. They're going to up the price by $2. Not a big deal to me. Might be to some other people. I'll just pay it. I don't care. But this is fantastic. Now, if YouTube were smart, what they would do, and what I've said over and over, is at this point, now would be the time to reinstate Scare PewDiePie Season 1 and to release Scare PewDiePie Season 2. I know that's controversial, and there are those of you who also will bring up things I said in my video when PewDiePie got his series canceled and things like that. But I think that, one, I didn't characterize where I was coming from exceptionally well in that video just because I don't usually do commentary videos, and it's also a video from well over a year ago, so my level of ability to communicate my points has dramatically improved. And I just if I just said, if I just said in the first 30 seconds of that video that the mainstream media did a hatchet job on him, then it would have been perfectly fine. It still had a higher like to dislike ratio on that video, and most people saw my point later when the adpocalypse happened. Not that PewDiePie is responsible for the adpocalypse, but circumstances were contrived in such a way by the media and other entities in such a way that they were able to take advantage of the PewDiePie scandal and move up the timeline of what would become the adpocalypse, just because there was a bad YouTube press cycle and people took advantage of it. And that's why the adpocalypse happened. I don't think you can tie that solely to PewDiePie, but I do think that his situation was leveraged to bring on the adpocalypse. But I digress, and that's my opinion, but I think the timeline matches. That being said, I think that bringing back Scare PewDiePie now, regardless of how you feel about the controversies surrounding him at the time, like, they took it down at that time. There's no way that even if the media hit them over it now, that would have a negative impact. It'd be the best thing that could happen to them. It's free press. No advertisers will really leave over that. YouTube would get more ad independent revenue because of he has the biggest YouTube audience. So many people would just get YouTube Red because Scare PewDiePie is back and then releasing season 2, which they completely produced and edited and just never released because of this. So financially for YouTube Red / YouTube Premium, the best thing they could do on the heels of the success of season 1 of Cobra Kai right now is to release Scare PewDiePie and Scare PewDiePie 2, just because of all the money that they would rake in. That's what I do. I would go for that money. The media be damned in that case. The negative press will be free publicity that will drive more subscriptions. I'm telling you, there's no consequences to be had now, and that is why I think they should do it. Will YouTube do that? Probably not, because they're very reactive to the media. They bend over for the media all the time. The PR cycle, whenever any of the media says anything about YouTube, is they go completely into defense mode. They should take a page out of the book of Cobra Kai and go completely all offense and just punch the media in the mouth. They stop trying to be mainstream media YouTube. Stop trying to be television YouTube. You said you want to beat TV? Beat it into the ground. Crane kick it in the face. Give it a roundhouse to the gut. Go Cobra Kai on the media instead of trying to cater to them. That's the answer, YouTube. The answer is to go 100% offense, go very aggressive on this, and take advantage of every opportunity, because they're just going to hit you next week anyway. The next time one of the Paul brothers does something stupid, they're just going to hit you in the media anyway. Rake in the money. That's my, ruthless capitalist opinion on that, and that's why I love Cobra Kai so much. Is one, I grew up with the Karate Kid. I love these actors. I love the universe. I think they were very respectful to the spirit of the films, and I feel that they did a lot that works within the continuity. They addressed things that fans have been thinking about for decades, and so I really appreciated what they did with this. The cinematography was very well done. There's a lot of jokes here that you may or may not get if you're not familiar with the franchise or if you're not an 80s kid, but this is what a sequel should be. This is what a reboot should be. This is what a spiritual successor to a franchise should be. This is doing it right, and I mean, it's universally just like beloved right now. Fans, critics, everybody. So like I said, if YouTube is gonna put out more stuff like this, then more people will be interested in YouTube Red. Now, I would like to see YouTube work with the producers around this to try to see if they could incorporate some YouTubers somehow into cameos in the series going forward. It stands well enough on its own without them, but I just feel like if you're going to have something on YouTube, I feel like YouTube creators should be involved in some capacity, even with some of these things. But I also do like the idea of YouTube giving independent filmmakers a chance to do something amazing. That being said, I think YouTube Red should fund projects from Freddie Wong, who you guys might remember. If you're an old school YouTube fan, you might remember Freddie Wong. And I think they should, Devin Supertramp, I think that they should fund them because they're YouTube's homegrown filmmakers. I even think that you look at somebody like, who am I thinking of? There's another YouTuber that I'm thinking of that was an old school YouTube like filmmaker type, and I'm forgetting it. Why am I spacing on his name? He helped found Buffer Festival. God, why am I spacing? I met him. Corey Vidal. Yeah, maybe even do something with like Corey Vidal and Apprentice A, and maybe you fund them to do something. They did some really good stuff. So I think that you look at YouTube's homegrown filmmakers and you give them the funding and you let them do a YouTube Red series. I think it'd be interesting now even to just fund a project. Like if you want a really great YouTube Red series, get Peter McKinnon, get Mango Street Labs, and get Jessica Kobasi, and get some of those people together and let them work on a project together as filmmakers. Let them do something really cool or do something with travel, or get the Vaga brothers and let them do like a National Geographic series kind of thing and do it, like give it multiple seasons and let them do the Travel Channel kind of thing for YouTube with an actual budget. Like I think that that's what YouTube Red can do and should do, in my opinion. So that's what I would like to see, and I think that if YouTube is going to do things like Cobra Kai or even some of the other things I suggested, then I think YouTube Red could be very successful and can help them have revenue and be more independent from the advertisers, get more control back, give more control back to creators, give creators more options. So yeah, I think those kind of things help. Now, some of the other things that YouTube rolled out, this one doesn't affect small creators, at least not yet, but it's actually pretty good, is the sponsor button that you might see on some channels. Allows people to do like a $4.99, subscription to a channel. And by that, I'm talking kind of like how Twitch works. So if they do something similar to Twitch with that, then it's a way to monetize YouTubers outside of ad revenue and let the community, directly fund creators that they want. Now, the downside of this is that just like Super Chats, if you give somebody $5 a month through a YouTube sponsor button, even though you get cool perks or whatever, the thing is you would be giving them less than $5 because YouTube takes 30% of that, which is still better than the 55-45 split on ad revenue, but basically you're giving them like $3, and YouTube gets the other $2, right? Patreon's a little bit better than that, but it's also something that's outside of the YouTube ecosystem. And this is also a feature that only channels with 100K subscribers or more have, with very few exceptions. Some people went into the beta, and also some gaming channels that are smaller got it. And so YouTube's going to roll this out. This will probably get rolled out at some point to people with less than 100,000 subscribers. It'll probably be a 10K subscriber lockout, just like before with other features that they've done. Maybe they'll roll it out to some smaller channels than that. Maybe it'll be you have to have 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what they'll do, but I think even making it to where if you have 1,000 subscribers, someone can do a $5 sponsorship to support you every month. I think that would be a good thing for small creators if they allow it after they run it through the big creators to see how well it does. Roll it out to smaller and smaller channels. I think if they can get it down to people with 1,000 for that feature, since it directly affects monetization, and since they moved the goalpost to, hey, have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, that's been discouraging for some people. But if fans have the ability who want to be fans of that channel to directly support it, if you have if you had 20 people doing $5 a month, it may not be enough for you to live off of, but you could ever get 50 people to do $5 a month every single month for you as a small creator. Even with YouTube taking 30%, that might be enough for you to live off of as a small creator, or at least invest back into your channel. If you can get 20 people or 50 people to just hook you up and give you $5 a month. So, that's the deal. So I feel like the YouTube sponsor button could eventually help small creators if they're allowed to have access to it, but we just don't know if they'll ever be allowed to have that access. So we'll see. Now, if you guys want to check out Cobra Kai, by the way, and I totally geeked out over it. If you want to see it, the first 2 episodes you can watch for free on YouTube Red. You'll want to be addicted, and you'll want to shell out the money after that. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Like, it's real. Like, I'm really, like, I'm telling you, for one of these, like, conventions that I go to, it will not be surprising to some people if they see me dressed up in a freaking Cobra Kai gi. Like, if like, a bunch of my homies want to get together and, like, literally just put on Cobra Kai karate outfits, we will literally just march around a convention, just Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. I'm not even joking. I will be down for that. Like, that is something I would do. So, you know, I just, it's a fun show. It's just a fun show. Oh, there was a super chat question that I missed. Hang on one second. Let's bring up the screen here. So, luxury card store. Hi, Roberto. What's your opinion on monetizing live streams using Streamlabs or OBS for people who are not eligible for super chat? If it works out for you, like, fine. If you can monetize that way, dope. I'm up for it. I'm for people making money. So, like, yeah, do that. If you can monetize with Streamlabs instead of super chat, do it. So let's see. Watching Cobra Kai out. Roberto, love when you talk passionately about something you're interested in. Yeah, I'm interested in a lot of, like, stuff like don't get me started on what's going down with Thundercats, guys. Like, I'm not a fan of what they're doing with that. Team Autismpedia asks, Roberto, do you think that they should encourage creators to do affiliate marketing with YouTube Red? I would love, if they did affiliate marketing for YouTube Red, I could sell the crap out of it. Heck, I would just make, even though it's a pain in the butt, I would make another channel, not adhere to any kind of schedule, only do it when I have the time, and I would literally just do show reviews, and I would do reviews of YouTube Red series, and I would just be a TV show kind of reviewer and internet show reviewer channel on occasion on my time off. I would maybe get some of my buddies together, we sit in my living room and film it, and, like, you know, it'd be a casual kind of thing, or maybe I'd put one of my buddies in charge of it, or we do a show and we split the money or something. But, like, I would do that with one of my buddies if YouTube Red had an affiliate thing. Plus, I would do YouTube Red affiliate links on this channel, but I would find a different angle for it. But, like, I would totally get into promoting YouTube Red if they had an affiliate program. Granted, I think that the affiliate program for YouTube Red, based on what they're charging for YouTube Red or YouTube Premium, would only be like, $2 commissions. But I guarantee you that I'd make an extra $1,000 a month on those $2 commissions, because I would just sell the crap out of it. Justin Brown says, the late show with Roberto. Look, if YouTube gave me a season to do a show, I would do something dope. I would do something really cool, one way or the other. YouTube Red should just give Grant Thompson, the King of Random, a show. They should give him a show. I got it. YouTube should buy the rights to the licensing from Nickelodeon if it hasn't expired, and buy the rights and the trademark to the show Mr. Wizard that I grew up with. They should buy the rights to Mr. Wizard, and they should do a YouTube Red show that is just cool science stuff. And that would be dope. They should just do science experiments on YouTube and just buy the rights to Mr. Wizard as a brand, and they could do that, and that would be dope. Elevation Allah says, but now, wait, before we go to Elevation Allah's thing, like, on the other hand, if you guys wanted a late show, I could probably pull off doing a late show if YouTube wanted to fund that, or if a brand wanted to fund that and give me a show and a set. If Amazon wanted to do it, if Hulu wanted to do it, I could pull that off. That'd be dope. Like, but I think as far as a late show, I think they're just going to use Jake Paul. I think they're going to use Jake Paul, and I think he's going to end up being like a Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel kind of thing, because he just pulls in the audience and pulls in the numbers. And so I think no matter what they do, that YouTube's just going to keep working with the Paul brothers. And, you know, good luck convincing them to give anybody who's not a Viner anything, right? I just think that's where the leadership in YouTube is right now. Love YouTube, love the developers, love the product team, love the people hustling. I'm lukewarm on the leadership because I think that they could use some more outside counsel, and I think they should actually listen to creators. And by listen to creators, I don't mean listen to us, nod, smile at the table, take a few notes, and then do nothing. I think they should actually listen to us. Fiberific says, $5, have a cold beverage on me. Absolutely, yep. That can definitely go to the Dos Equis fund. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends. Justin Brown, love the podcast you did with Pat Flynn. Yep. Oh, that was one of my favorite interviews, man. Appreciate it. Actually, my interview with Pat Flynn will be coming to my podcast and to the channel. Guys, make sure you're checking out the Create Something Awesome Today podcast. And that's on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Just search for it or search my name. You'll find it. Yeah, Patreon is better in a lot of ways because platform diversity, so I agree with you. Patreon is something I use for my podcast versus my YouTube channel. Let's see. This is Angler TV says that the Mr. Wizard idea would be better than Bill Nye's Netflix show. I love Bill Nye, but I think you might be right. Why not pitch YouTube Red on brokering the Mr. Wizard deal? Sounds like a great idea. I'd rather pitch them on a couple other things. I'd rather pitch YouTube on a few other things. I want them to do a couple of things, and some of them shouldn't be YouTube Red. There should be some things that they do in general YouTube. I think that they should back some more things that could be closer to PBS digital in nature, especially after the YouTube Kids controversy. I think that they should do that. StarCatsX, do you think I should start a Patreon at 30 subs or wait a little while? There's no harm in starting it and having it there and just having the link so that when people want to do it, they can. Elevation Allah, I lost track of your question, so I don't know where it is to be able to answer it because... Oh, wait, found it. Do you think that it can be helpful for product placement for a local business by leveraging product placement, product mentioning, and demonstration of the product? Yes. Short answer is yes. If you saw my presentation on YouTube for brands that I put on the channel when I did that speaking engagement, that was one of the things I recommended, so the answer to that is simply put, yes. Let's look. Thick Fit Lifestyle, quick channel review, please. Read exactly what the criteria was for channel reviews. They do come at the end, but I gave very specific instructions for the channel reviews. So as long as those instructions are met, sure, but read the description down below. Very specific criteria for that. Haunted Road Media says, I have some very loyal patrons. I'm starting to do well with Patreon, but I find that they are still interact a lot more with YouTube and other social media. No worries since they're contributing. I mean, yeah, but I would promote your Patreon more just because it's bringing you money and you need money to be able to fund what you're doing. So I would just say continue to engage. And, you know, try to make the perks, like the perks, I say that if you make the perks close to being like products, if you look at what Philip DeFranco's done, it's a very smart strategy. So I would go there. I would do things like that. So I think that could be really helpful for someone in your situation. Let me see. Let me look up something real quick because I want to get into some of the specifics of YouTube Premium and YouTube Music. Because I think that, and we'll just go to their blog for that because it'll be easier to explain. It'll be easier to explain what's going on there. Let's see. And here we go. So, YouTube's blog, introducing YouTube Premium. Since launching YouTube Red in 2015, we've been thrilled with how people are enjoying the service, whether it's downloading videos for a flight, binging the first season of Cobra Kai, or listening to the wide breadth of ad-free music. As part of the ongoing enhancements to the member experience, today we're announcing that YouTube Red is becoming YouTube Premium. The new YouTube Premium includes the new YouTube Music ad-free with background listening and downloads, more bigger original series and movies, an ad-free background play and downloads across YouTube. It's all coming soon to even more countries. Let's focus on YouTube Music. The new YouTube Music is a music streaming service that combines music listening with the magic of YouTube, making the world of music easier to explore and more personalized than ever. YouTube Music includes a reimagined mobile app and a brand new desktop player that are designed for music. YouTube Premium unlocks the full YouTube Music experience ad-free music, background listening, and downloads. So that was super repetitive on their part, and two, they're basically just saying, hey, we're Spotify now. YouTube Originals. With YouTube Premium, you'll get access to a full slate of YouTube Originals, including the recent hits like Karate Kid-inspired series Cobra Kai, the dance drama Step Up High Water. Wait, what? There's another Step Up movie. Like, I didn't even know. Wait a minute. I didn't even know about that. That's all right. An upcoming series like the sci-fi thriller Impulse, which I've been meaning to check that out, and Liza Koshy's Liza on Demand. I think Liza on Demand is going to be probably closer to, I don't know if it'll be a skit series from her or if it'll be like a comedy show, because I've always felt that Liza Koshy should do stand-up comedy and do something, even if it's YouTube related and there's YouTube Live or something like that. I feel like Liza Koshy and other comedians on YouTube should do live shows like the Kings of Comedy HBO series and the Netflix comedy shows. So I could get into that. If YouTube Red did comedy shows and there was actual physical events, but then they gave us the recorded thing and they sold tickets, because that's another thing that YouTube is doing, is if you're a musician or a performer or someone who goes on tour, they're doing like ticket sales for you and they're incorporating that directly into the platform for people to buy from you. If they did that idea, but then they took those live performances and then made that available as part of your YouTube Red membership, that would be compelling to me, because then YouTube Red / YouTube Premium starts to become HBO more even than it is Netflix, and I like that. I like that idea. So, I don't know. I went on a tangent there, but I'm a marketing and business guy, so I always get these ideas when I see stuff. By the way, Liza Koshy is crushing it. She's going to be the host of Double Dare. They're reviving Double Dare, and Liza Koshy, a YouTube celebrity, a former Viner, is going to be the host of Double Dare. Like, there's interesting crossover where YouTube and YouTubers are taking over literally everything, whether they're starting businesses, whether they're doing this thing, whether they're doing that thing. I think it's just amazing, the opportunities the platform has created, even for all of its other problems, even for the adpocalypse and all these restrictions and all these things. If you just play the game and you want something, you can go to YouTube and you can use it as a means to take it, if you don't get caught up in all the nonsense and if you don't whine. Like, I mean, the hustle is just real. It's ridiculous, and there are plenty of people getting theirs, myself included. So I don't know. More new originals from around the globe are on the way, featuring comedies, dramas, and reality TV series, action-adventure shows from the UK, Germany, France, Mexico, and more. So I like that. Go global on the platform, bringing more of those dollars, get independent of the advertisers, get some leverage, and then maybe they can hit back and stop being pansies about it. They can learn from Cobra Kai. I would like to see YouTube fight back. I would like to see them go on the offense, and I think money helps you go on the offense. Like, money helps. In almost every given situation, money helps. Capitalism. Anyway, ad-free background play. Yeah, we already have that. Downloads across YouTube. Yeah, we already have that. Nothing new here. Come on. They should really have just put a freaking column and said old features, new features, and made it really simple. This is why I don't like their PR team. It is a lot of fluff. They do a horrible job of explaining things. It's well written enough. But you see this thing here? This thing should have been closer to the top. It's not hard. It's not hard. Come on. Come on. Really? Just put this here. YouTube. So you could pay $9.99 from YouTube Music Premium, and you only get the music stuff. Why would anybody do that? Why are you even making that thing? Just everyone will pay the extra $2 to have ad-free music and ad-free YouTube and access to all the YouTube originals. Why are you even making the $99 thing? That's stupid. Come on. Like, is the marketing department like brain dead over there? I mean, Jesus. $2 extra. Yeah, get the extra $2. Fine. If you're going $2 extra, cool. Now add an affiliate program and then give the $2 difference to YouTubers who promote the affiliate program and sell for you. Done. Dunzo. I'm good. Christ. For all the good they do, I have to nitpick over stupidity. It's just, it's infuriating. And people don't think I criticize YouTube. I'm not YouTube's defense lawyer. If they paid me, I'd be fantastic. If YouTube paid me to be their defense lawyer, if they paid me to be their spokesperson and everything, I'd do a fantastic job of it. But they don't pay me for that. I champion the platform because I actually enjoy it, and I think that they do more right than wrong. But when they do it wrong, they really do it wrong. But, whatever. Ooh, Impulse is supposed to be a sequel to Jumper? Oh, sign me up. Yes, please. Thank you. I love Jumper. I don't know why people complain about Jumper. Jumper is freaking fantastic. Christ. I love Jumper. Let's see. Luxury Card Store. Thank you again for $5 super chat. FYI, channels not eligible for traditional monetization can still get people to sponsor them by sending one-off payments through PayPal.me. That's another good point. But again, Patreon. So there's that too. PayPal.me, Patreon. There are options. And Streamlabs if you're doing live streaming. So yeah. PayPal takes less money? Yeah, but the system for PayPal takes less money, but the system is not great. At least with Patreon, people who support you might get something in return. All right, so there we go. That takes care of that. Let's see. Dorian.slash. I'm glad my content's helping you grow your channel. That's pretty awesome. NFS TV. What's with the new Creator Studio? It's missing so many useful tools. Hope they don't change it. It's fine how it is. The YouTube Creator Studio is still having some work done on it. Now, my understanding is it's more than a new design. I think that they're under the hood tweaking, new systems. And I think that that's smart, and I think it's better than trying to build on top of things that instead of building over junk code, I think doing a new thing is practical on their part. So I think that's just a matter of being patient. The product development team, including Tom and people like that, are doing really well, I think, with integrating more features into it. And so I think it's just a matter of patience. I'm hoping by the end of summer that they should have everything completed and it would be a clean switch over from the old system, or they'll integrate stuff into both and see which one people use more of. So I'm hoping for that. Ricky Garcia. Ricky, how's it going? Roberto, you told me on Twitter to do a live stream series on web development. I met you halfway, and I'm on a produced series. Appreciate the advice. Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. Elevation Allah, I don't need, I can go back to the old Creator Studio anytime, so it doesn't matter. I can do that. I don't need a third party thing to do that. Yeah, V Reacts and everybody else. Yes, I can do channel reviews tonight. Only a few of them because it's getting super late and I'm getting tired. But you have to follow the rules that are in my description for the channel reviews. I might make an exception for the Thick Fit chick just because, one, I think she's done some before, and I think that it'd be interesting to take another look at where her channel's at now. But like, that's the one exception that I'm going to give just because of I'm familiar with her. But follow the rules in the description because, like, I'm not going to, it's like, it's not fair for me to do stuff for people if they're not going to follow my rules, because the people who are following the rules, like, are doing the right thing. So if people are going to not pay attention, they're not going to read the rules, they're not going to do the exact thing, not one or two things, the exact thing that's in the rules, then I have to toss my hands up. And I know there's people who are not going to like that because they're like, oh, but they super chatted you or they sent you money. It's like, I created rules for a reason, and I'm not obligated to keep up or hold up a bargain that wasn't met, you know? Like, and again, there are people who don't like that, or they think that that's condescending. I think it's what's called being fair and keeping your word on something. I mean, you know, that's what it is. Cake Pop Clara, how are you? Hey Roberto, I'm doing a series of Pinterest templates for a client. Any tips on designing to maximize repins? It's for a podcast. That's interesting. Pinterest, I haven't dabbled in a while. I kind of repurpose things in an automated fashion from Instagram over there. It's interesting. But I would say the rules of design apply in that case. And so I definitely think, I mean, you're really creative, Clara, and you have a good strong sense of aesthetic and color and technique. I follow your Instagram. I followed your digital art. I feel that whatever you do and whatever you come up with should be fine. I really don't necessarily feel that you need much advice in the way of me from that, because you're a really strong creative. You should be able to do something that's going to work. I don't think you need my advice, to be honest with you. And you also probably understand the demographic for your client better than I do. So any advice I give in that regard won't really have any context. So from a value prop, I mean, I don't think that, to be very real with you, it's not a matter of being humble. I think that you'll know better than me. I think you'll know what makes a great Pinterest design a lot better than me. Haunted Road Media, how are you liking the new DJI Mavic Air? I've been using it for 2 months. Don't let the unboxing video fool you. I've been using it for 2 months. That's a video that I recorded a while ago and just finally got around to editing. But it's dope. I love it. There will be more drone videos. Nomadically, hi Roberto, I know it doesn't pertain to your live right now, but I just wanted to thank you for your videos, advice. I was able to hit 100K views on one video with less than 1K subs. That is awesome, and that just shows you that, YouTube, I can't succeed on YouTube because I don't have subs, so I need people to sub for me. That stuff isn't real. Anybody can deliver value. Anybody can get views on stuff. I mean, Chris Boutte, who does the Rewired Soul, he has a channel with less than 5K subs. He's had multiple videos right now that tie to mental health and 13 reasons why that got over 25K views with his 5K subs. Like that. He normally doesn't do more than 1,000, 2,000 views on a video, and he's crushing it because he tapped into something. So, there's opportunity. This is Tech Today says the impressions and click-through rate information on the Creator Studio beta is really nice to have. It helps me with being more strategic about thumbnails and finding out what is working. Oh yeah, it absolutely does. It's pretty dope. It is pretty dope. I think it helps put it into perspective. Dorian.slash says, can I suggest that you run an overlay that says read the description for channel reviews and just leave it up so that you don't have to repeat it? I didn't know it was there either until you mentioned it. I'm going to put it into the chat box at the beginning of the streams before I start the stream so that people who are in chat can kind of like see it there. Hopefully at some point YouTube lets us pin something during our chats to stay up there beyond super chats. But the thing is, anyone who has watched these live streams and the channel review stuff should be somewhat familiar with that. So I'm going to probably give them reminders maybe throughout the stream or something like that. But I think it's a really simple and straightforward thing to read a description in a video. I know that most viewers don't. And the thing is, I put so much value into my descriptions in terms of discounts and coupon codes for things and secret invite codes for things that people not reading my descriptions, they're missing out. It is literally their loss. And I know it's the traditional habit, and it's like, oh, but we don't know. It's like, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. It takes a few seconds. Read. Reading is fundamental. So, you know, I mean, that's just how I am about it. It's just like I don't go out of my way there. I could ask the moderators to help with that a little bit more, but like I just really resent the idea. And I know, and it's like, yes, it would make me more money if I did it that way and things of that nature. I just like, I'm like, eh. William Corley, I'm going to give you a message, and I'm going to give other people a message. Don't compare yourself to other people. If you are comparing yourself and you are comparing your content to other people, stop. Don't worry about it. And don't worry about what other people are doing or how they get tons of views. 1, you don't know that their views are legitimate. They could be buying them. 2, you don't know what they're doing in social media. 3, you can sit there and think that your content's better, but the market decides that. So don't worry about it. There's no point. You can't control what other people are getting views on. You can't, so don't worry about it. Gutamend Animation. Should I start a kids animation channel? Animation are getting flagged hard. Been thinking about this lately. What's your advice? If I was an animator, I'd be using YouTube as archival, and I'd be prioritizing my animation brand on Instagram and Facebook right now. If I was an animator, I'd be focused on Instagram and Facebook. It's much more favorable. No, there's no AdSense revenue. No, there's no silver or gold play buttons. But I would be doing that, and then I'd be taking people from my animation stuff on Facebook and Instagram to my merchandise store, and I would sell my shirts, and I'd be getting them to link to stuff to hire me from commissions. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do. So I would use YouTube for search engine, for archive, for community, and if I was an animator, I would not worry about AdSense, and I wouldn't worry about the algorithm. VReact says the market decides that, and that's what Gary Vee said in his Crushing It book. Yeah, it's absolutely true, but I'll give you more of a like straightforward thing on like how the market decides. Like you can do better content. Look, the biggest YouTubers, most of them, I'll be very real with you, they're not production value wise. Most of the big YouTubers, they're not that great at editing, and they're not doing a lot of editing to their content. Very few of the big YouTubers do a lot of editing. A lot of them outsource their editing, and it's not really that good. Some of them are paying like, the Philippines rates for editing, so it's like it's not that, which is fine by the way. But if that's the case, it's like it's not the quality. That's not the quality of their content per se. Their personality is, but that's also not necessarily to say that the content's that good. It just means the market is demanding that. But who is the market? In the case of Jake and Logan Paul, or even PewDiePie, that's a bunch of young people. How much money is that worth to you in the context of what you're doing? It might not be that much if your audience that you're seeking isn't young. So that's indicative of market demand. It has nothing to do with quality. I tell people that their view and subscriber count has nothing to do with the quality of their content. It's indicative of market demand and the ability to meet and market and advertise to and against what there is a demand for. Like, that's really it. As for Fiberific, check out the first couple episodes of Cobra Kai. Like, watch like the first 3 episodes, and if you're feeling it, watch the whole thing. It's a great way to spend a weekend. Mega Shadow ask, how's everything going, Roberto? Things are going awesome. A little tired. It's late at night, but I did want to do a stream for you guys this week because I haven't done one in 2 weeks, and I probably won't be doing one Friday because I'll probably be hanging with my friends. We're going to be doing MomoCon. I'll probably, if it's this time of night on Friday, I'll probably be at karaoke with my friends. So that's going to probably be dope. We'll probably hit up like Metro Cafe or something. I don't know. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what my thoughts kind of are, is that, your views and subscribers has nothing to do with how good your stuff is. You can have the best stuff, like Lord knows I do sometimes, and it's like, but not everyone wants to know about this drone, or they did the day it came out, not 2 months later. Not everyone wants to know how to make money online. Some people do. Not everyone does. Not everyone wants to grow a YouTube channel. Not everyone wants to be a graphic designer. Not everybody wants to learn video editing. Not everyone wants to know about this piece of camera gear or this lens. It's like, it's whatever. The market is the market, and you should just like kind of like take what you get. And here's the thing, the market could shift. Like, gaming wasn't initially the biggest thing on YouTube until it was. Vlogging wasn't the biggest thing on YouTube until it was. For all you know, next time, prank videos were the biggest thing for a while, and then like prank videos are dead now. Like, nah, my channel and my viewership, I don't think the karaoke, if it's a live stream, it'd be Instagram. It's not the kind of thing that fits for this channel. It just is what it is. And it's not the kind of thing that I want to do like on a regular basis, like on the channel or for the thing. Like, it's fine doing it with my friends and stuff like that. It's not necessarily something that I want like out there forever or whatever. But 24 hours on Instagram's fine. Lost in the Kerf says, is there a site or a way to find out what niches are waiting for more creators in terms of high value ad values? If you're going to do YouTube and you're going to decide what content you're going to do purely on how much money you think you'll make doing it, then you probably shouldn't be doing YouTube, and you probably won't be successful at YouTube. I mean, that's my opinion, but it's a strong opinion that I have, and it's because as a viewer, if I can discern that, which is not very hard, I probably have no interest in your channel if I think you're just doing it because, oh, you're doing the content that will do the best ads or whatever. Like, it's a coincidence that my content does the best ads. I mean, it's a coincidence in the sense that it's the thing that I care about, but the thing that I care about seems to be tied to an X amount of money. But there are more lucrative niches even than what I do, and so, but I'm not doing those because they don't fit me, But it's about, you should get the most out of what you're doing. You should do it between, what my biggest problem, I'm going to say this live, and this is controversial, but this is fun for me. It's like, my biggest problem with people who want to do YouTube is people want to do YouTube for the sake of doing YouTube. I'm tired of the noise that comes from everyone having everyone wanting to have a voice and not having jack to say. That's my biggest problem with, I love people who care about something and come to this platform and want to hustle. I love that there are so many talented people in the small YouTube community, but I also am frustrated with people that whine and complain and will sit there and they will go and cycle through like 20 different things and never stick with any of them, because they're coming here just to be a YouTuber for the sake of being a YouTuber. They don't have something that they care about besides the concept of being a YouTuber. Now, there are people who have said that, but it like that their dream was to be a YouTuber and that they did blow up. But I'm telling you, they only think their dream was to be a YouTuber, because if YouTube didn't exist, I guarantee you those people would have been an actor or an actress or a TV show personality or a musician or a rock star. Like, because that's just who they are. And YouTube just was the new version of that for them, and like, so that's where those people that are like between like 19 and 25 that are doing that, that's the reality of them. It's just taken out of context. Even by them, they don't necessarily know themselves well enough, and that's fine. That's an age thing or a maturity thing. But at the end of the day, if you're here on YouTube to be a YouTuber, you're probably not going to make it. Because, like, that wasn't even a thing a few years ago. And yes, things are different now, but, like, no one's interested in making you famous. People are here for themselves. They're here to escape whatever the hardship of their life is, or they're here to be inspired, or they're here to be educated. They're here to be entertained, inspired, or educated. It's about whether you are doing something that entertains, inspires, or educates, and whether you're doing it authentically, or if you're doing it as a show that's really well organized and produced. That's different if that's what the model is, and that's what it is. But if you're here and you just want to be a YouTuber and get rich and not have to go to work every day because your job sucks and everything like that, I'm sorry, you're not going to make it. And if you think you are, then just fine. Hustle and prove me wrong. 5 years from now, message me and say, hey, Roberto, I wanted to be a famous YouTuber. I wanted nothing but riches and fame, and, you know, I was very self-absorbed, and hey, I made it. Screw you, Roberto. Like, tell me that in 5 years that you made it. Like, if you think I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that if you're in it for that, then you won't build a community, you won't build relationships, and you won't be successful. Like, unless you're really good at faking it, in which case you deserve your riches and you deserve an Emmy. So that's my feeling on it personally. I don't like the concept of people getting onto social media, crying out, begging to have a voice when they don't have jack to say yet. Like, if you're 15 and you've been through stuff, or you have a journey that you want to document, cool. Come on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. All the love in the world. All the love in the world. If you're here just to be here, if you're, I want to be an influencer, screw that. I want to be an influencer. Why? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to influence people to do? Oh, I want people to smile and to have a good day. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. For the most part. I'm cynical like that. I'm sorry. I'm cynical like that. I don't believe people when they say that unless they have a compelling story that matches up to that, and then I can say, oh, I want to encourage people. I want people to smile because I've had struggles with depression. That's Lily Singh. I believe her. I believe that. If you say, oh, well, I've struggled with depression or bullying, and I want to entertain people because I want them to be okay with what they are, or want to have something to look forward to every day, or I grew up watching Power Rangers and so I want to do stuff like that, I believe you because that's what your story is. I believe you if it's that, oh, I want to do videos because I struggled with acne and self-image, so I want to do that. Hey, I have a weight loss journey that I'm on right now. I haven't lost weight yet, but I want to encourage people. Or hey, I want to be if you want to be like Boogie and you want to be a cautionary tale of what not to do, and then have people support you through your journey, and then maybe they transform their lives. All the love in the world. Yes, you have a voice, you have something, and you have something to say. Fantastic. Love it. But if you want to be an influencer just to be an influencer and you don't know what you care about, you don't know what you want to do, I don't really think you're going to make it here. I think what you'll find here is frustration. I don't think you'll find success here. And I think that's been proven out time and time and time again. So, you know, that's what I think. Again, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. I doubt it, for the most part, with few exceptions. Because the exception would be somehow you stumble into self-awareness of your talent as a consequence of that, sooner rather than later. And in that case, that's the same thing as saying you got lucky. And that's fine. There will be the occasional person who gets lucky. There will be the occasional person that gets lucky. And that's fine too. So if you want to show up and you just think you're going to get lucky, you want to play the internet's version of the lottery by saying you're going to go viral or be an influencer, good, best of luck to you. Godspeed. Now, that's not saying, oh, you absolutely 100% have to niche down. I'm saying you have to know who you are. The only people who are successful on YouTube being a personality are ridiculously self-aware. If you want to be a personality on YouTube, you can do it, but you'd have to be ridiculously self-aware, and you'd actually have to be charismatic. So if you're not self-aware and you're not charismatic, I don't know that you can pull it off. Because I haven't seen it happen yet. I haven't seen someone who wasn't self-aware and or charismatic pull off being a personality. Not once. Not once have I seen it. If you know an example, tell me. Show me. I haven't seen it once. Roberto, could a web series survive with little editing and more emphasis on the storyline? I mean, I suppose, but editing is part of story. Editing is knowing what to take out. If you're trying to avoid editing, I think it's trying to avoid turnaround and work, and my answer would be outsource it. But then if you're not doing that, it's to avoid spending money. And I think if you're going to do a series, the series is an investment. So I think it has to be practical. Roberto, what do you think of the new rewards for YouTube, the play buttons? I left a long comment on the new Creator Insider video discussing them. I think the new design looks good, to be honest. I think the new design looks better than the ones we have. I kind of wish that they would just send me one of the new ones, because it's like I don't need another one, but if we're gonna do it, I like the new design better, and I'm like, crap, do I like maybe one of the other channels I've started gets to 100,000 so I can get one of those new designed play buttons, because they look kind of dope. Success can be subjective, but if we're talking about what's conventionally considered successful in YouTube, when I say that is, let's say the minimum threshold of that representative to a mainstream casual person entering into YouTube, I know for a fact that most people who say they want to be a YouTuber or influencer, success for them means 100,000 subscribers and a silver play button. I know people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that, for whatever reason or based on their type of channel, YouTube hasn't awarded them a silver play button, and all they do on YouTube is yell about it and cry about it and tweet at YouTube literally every week. Why don't I have a play button? Why don't I have a play button? I have like 400,000 subscribers. Why don't I have a play button? I want it. I need it. I'm supposed to have it. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's apparently means something to people. I'm like, for me, I'm like, it's a nice to have. It's nice to have. Kind of like having that money in my bank account a little bit more. I kind of like having my community. I like being a public speaker. I like everything YouTube has done for me a lot more than I like having a play button. Do I still hang it on my wall? Of course I do. You know? Just like when I pull them out of storage, I'll just hang up my track medals too. Like, whatever. So I just, that's my feeling about it though. But like, if you're a 19 or 25-year-old kid, maybe a silver play button in YouTube actually means something very important or meaningful to you. Maybe it's the validation you've been looking for a lot of your young life for some reason or the other. Like, so again, success on YouTube to most people who decide, I want to be a YouTuber, it means 100,000 subscribers and a silver play button or a gold play button at 1 million. So the odds of that happening, if you are not showing up with something to say, then that's usually why. Now, here is like what a lot of young people do. They just start commentary channels and talk about big YouTubers on the internet, and some of them are actually talented and like thoughtful and charismatic and have a good on-camera presence, and that's why they're successful. But ultimately they're catering to a young audience or a mainstream YouTube audience. It's a really good hustle. A lot of their content will be demonetized, but they can get a lot of views and a lot of subscribers out of that. They can get the attention that they're looking for. They can get the acceptance that they're looking for, and that's fine. And it's like, I have nothing personally against them. It's just that it is, at the end of the day, despite how good they are at editing, despite how good they are on camera, it's the lowest hanging fruit out of anything you could do on YouTube, because essentially if you approach that same thing but you did something that wasn't commentary on big YouTubers, unless you were talking about television shows, all you would be doing is siphoning attention from something that's more important than you. And that's whatever, but it's a valid strategy. Don't get me wrong, it's a valid strategy. But I mean, the next lowest hanging tier thing is to do a top 5 or a top 10 channel. No shortage of those. At least if you were going to go there and you were going to do something like what Michael McCrudden does. Like, Michael McCrudden is like, his content's actually really good. It's well produced and it's presented as a show. In fact, there's multiple shows. It's well done. It's brilliant, and it has production behind it. So, I'm a fan. And that's not a bias. It's just that it's smarter and it's much more, in my mind, legitimate than what a lot of, I see 16 to 25-year-olds doing to be relevant on YouTube, per se. Because that's about being a YouTuber versus, hey, I grew up watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous or MTV Cribs. Boy, would I like to do a show like that. Oh, I grew up watching Tosh.0. Boy, would I love to do a show like that. Or even, I grew up watching Ray William Johnson. Boy, would I love to do a show like that. I mean, after that, it's reaction channels, but there's actually smart ways to do reaction channels that are actually more creative. What people like Prince Vegeta are doing, or Lord Frieza are doing with these cartoon characters reacting things, that's actually smart and funny, and it's a good bit, and it requires some awareness of tapping into a fan base. So I feel that, that's a thing. Now, here's another way besides views and subscribers to think about success. Money. There are plenty of channels, smaller channels, that make more money than bigger channels. I'm one of them. There are plenty of people. John Prosser, Front Page Tech, they are crushing it. I think that their channel's more profitable than mine, across the board. I think that they are. Maybe. Anyway, I'm almost positive they are. Yeah. Anyway, probably. And they have so many interesting ways of approaching it and everything. They're killing it on sponsors way beyond what I am. They are crushing it. We did a 3-hour interview about this. They are killing it. Having an independent sales team like they do for sponsors is a brilliant strategy. It's one that I talked to him about at length. I've done a smaller version of that. I just don't want as much of my content to be sponsored, but I have nothing against people making every single thing have an outside sponsor. Now, I'm more interested in sponsoring my own content on certain videos, but beyond that, I just, that's the direction I choose to personally go. So, so success could be views and subs, it could be money, or it could be achieving a personal goal that you had for yourself, like coming out of your own shell and being able to express yourself. And, I think that those things are real. Yeah. Top 10 tips channels are fine. It's just that in a lot of ways, it's the easiest thing you could do. Now, I'm okay with it. I actually like watching those channels. I watch those channels. And I'm not saying, oh, well, don't do this, don't do that, or, oh, don't do this because I don't like it. I'm just pointing out that there are certain things that if you do them, you know what you're doing, and you know that it's about playing that game. It's not about you necessarily doing something that you enjoy or that's about you. You get what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. If you enjoy doing something and you enjoy sharing it with people, then I think that you should be doing it regardless of the net result or outcome. Take drawing. I love drawing. I loved drawing as a kid. I don't do it for attention. I don't post my drawings to Instagram because I don't do it for attention. I like drawing for me. If you like doing something for you, you should do it. If you want to come on YouTube and make YouTube videos, then if you like doing that and you want to do that, or you just want to do whatever, then don't worry about what it turns out to be. Kimra Luna, oh, it's awesome to see you here. Kimra is a friend, and she's actually crushing it in social media. You guys should definitely look her up and follow her. She has a tremendous story. So Kimra asks, how often do you do live streams to get more sponsors? Is that something that people should focus on, or should they monetize in other ways? Fantastic question. It depends on what your live streams can do when it comes to YouTube. I sold my live stream sponsorship against this particular show for both TubeBuddy and vidIQ once a month, in addition to some recorded videos in a package. So I leveraged live streaming in a package that I could sell with recorded videos and with my podcast. So that's an interesting approach. For live streams, though, I'm a big fan of sending people to your own product, which I promote in my live streams, and I'm a big fan of using affiliate links and also leveraging the replay. Now, that's with regard to YouTube. You could also simulcast to Twitch and Facebook and do similar things there, and then that could be cool. So I think that, Kimra, there are multiple ways to monetize a live stream, whether it's with YouTube or something else. And I'm happy to talk to you about it one-on-one sometime, because like we haven't chatted in a little while. So definitely hit me up, Kimra, and we can talk. Actually, Kimra, I'm going to be in New York from June 6th to June 13th. I need to interview you at some point anyway. We've talked about it, and I can talk to you about like the YouTube stuff to help you out before then. But we could also talk about it when if you want to do an interview while I'm in town, since I'll be in NYC the second week of June. So, we could do that. But yeah, I believe in sponsoring your own stuff in videos, regardless of size of your audience. I think that's good. I think selling early can be good. I don't think it's as alienating as it used to be. And even if it is smaller audience but more money, take the money. In my opinion, depending on what your goals are. So, Kimra, we can do both. I've booked this studio, so we can do both since I've booked it. Because we should do like a collab thing or a more casual thing anyway. It'd actually be dope for you to interview me and put it on my channel too, because I'm looking for smart people to interview me for my own channel, to pick my brain and like to challenge me, because I think it's different. So yeah. Anyway, but those are kind of like my thoughts on that thing. Lost in the Curve says, turning a passion into a business, aka YouTube, can be a fast road to burn out on your passion, but it can be what you should be doing. It's a tough balance. Yeah, it absolutely 100% can be. And people are experiencing that right now, and it's real. Elise Lee might see you at VidCon. Yeah, come say hi. Come to my TubeBuddy meetup. They're sponsoring that, just like they're sponsoring today's live stream. Thanks, TubeBuddy. Guys, remember, discount code in the description. Hit that up. So yeah, I'm going to be at VidCon. I'm going to be doing 3 talks at VidCon. It's my first year at VidCon as a speaker. I've been like 3 or 4 times. It's my first time as a speaker, and it's going to be dope. And I'm doing 3 sessions, 2 on the creator floor and 1 on the industry floor. And that happened largely because of you guys hitting VidCon up a lot and putting my name out there, and then people getting in touch with me and me working like every contact I had, and you guys helped make it happen. So without your support, I don't think I would have been speaking at VidCon this year. And I think that it's going to be tremendous, and it's also going to be dope to do a meetup with you guys. Miss Samantha, that moment in your life when Roberto sets up an interview with you during his live stream. Kimra Luna, you have my attention. Yeah, no, Kimra's awesome. You guys should definitely check her out. I don't know how Amazon's going yet. Still trying to work that out. We'll see how that goes. All right, awesome. Let's see. Oh wow, this live is almost 2 hours. Oh, that's devastating. All right, so let's get ready to close out this live stream. If you have last minute questions via super chat, get them in now. If you were looking for a channel review and you read the rules, get it in now, because we're about to shut this down. We're not going over that 2-hour mark because it's roughly my bedtime. So real quick, I'm going to check out a channel here. We're going to check out Thick Fit Lifestyle just real quick. We're not going to go too deep on this because, again, like, little dicey on following my exact instructions. So 250 subscribers, 6 months in the game. Some of these videos have a few hundred to about 1,000 views. That's actually good for a small audience. Upload schedule has not been super consistent though. You've been at this 6 months and it looks like there's less than a dozen videos. So more uploads if you're trying to grow. I would do something different with this channel artwork. Thumbnails aren't terrible, but not great. Hard to read the thumbnails, to be honest with you. Probably harder to read in mobile. So that color contrast against the text isn't working as well. But thumbnails aren't bad. They're not that, or let me phrase that, they're not that bad. The titles are probably what's converting viewership. So very good like ratios for the people who are watching them, and the views aren't bad. I would say better thumbnails would grow the channel, but I will also say that clearly more videos need to be uploaded, because in 6 months, only a dozen videos in 6 months. In 6 months, if you're doing YouTube seriously, you should have at least weekly content, which means that there should be a lot more videos here, because if it's weekly content every month, that's 4 videos, 5 videos coming out. So there should be like 25, 30 videos here. It can be rough when you're just getting started, but like, if you're going to take it seriously, you got to take it seriously. And 1 video a week is the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. There should honestly probably be 50 videos or more here if your goal is to grow. So the fact that on, about a dozen videos and you've done this many subs and this many views, that's actually pretty good, which means you would only get more with more content. So that's kind of what I have to say about it. That being said, when it comes to thumbnails, the YouTube Starter Kit is your friend. We have a discount code in the description down below for that at awesomecreatoracademy.com. The YouTube Starter Kit will help you actually get clicks on those videos you've worked so hard on. There's a lot of you, you're spending 8 hours, 4 hours editing, you're spending no time on a thumbnail. This will help you do the best thumbnails in the game based on what works in YouTube and what gets clicks, and it'll make it look like your videos are worth clicking on, because if you're putting in all that work, they are, but you're not putting any work into the thumbnail. And we've all seen through the YouTube Analytics data and the dashboard that click-through rates are a real thing. YouTube can work its butt off and get your thing in front of millions of people, but if you aren't getting them to click, if you aren't getting a couple percentage points of those millions of people that see a thumbnail to click, then that's not YouTube's problem. That's not YouTube's fault. You need to grow your audience, and thumbnails can help you do it. The YouTube Starter Kit can definitely help you with that. So get the discount code, go to awesomecreatoracademy.com and grab the YouTube Starter Kit. You're getting over 160 downloads for less than $99. It is a steal. I would take advantage of it. I made this with care. I do add things to it, and you get lifetime access if I add new downloads like I am for this summer, and like I'm doing a VidCon bundle that's going to come out in this. You would get access to that whenever I update it. So go ahead and grab the YouTube Starter Kit. I made it for you guys to be more successful on YouTube, because not everyone is a Photoshop wizard. I understand that, but you really need to be if you're going to be competitive. So go ahead and grab that. Links are down in the description for you guys. Also, don't forget, thank our sponsor, TubeBuddy. They've got a ton of great features, whether it's video SEO, you guys want to rank your videos, you get those awesome thumbnails, and then you want to rank, TubeBuddy can help you with that. TubeBuddy has so many great tools, and There's a best practices audit that they do. You can use the Search Explorer and Tag Explorer to find out whether something has great search volume and low competition, so you can break out in YouTube. You know, if I was trying to get a video to go viral, I would think that this could help a little bit. It's not a guarantee. I do like other things that they do, like the fact that I can get more information on my data. I can find out how my video stacks up against my competitors. I can find out how my video is doing in terms of when the best time to upload for my channel is. So I think that these things could definitely help you. They've certainly helped me grow my YouTube channel. They are sponsoring today's live stream, and we have a 20% discount code for you in the description. Go check out tubebuddy.com/awesome and use the code Roberto's Buddy and get 20% off of whatever package you pick. Oh, Siri just turned my lights on to the timer thing that I have for it. Hey Siri, turn room purple.
Done.
Boom. There we go. Yep, so that's pretty dope. Murder Bird says, "Hey Roberto, always a pleasure to watch your streams and your videos. Awesome." Murder Bird, you still doing television show reviews? Because yeah, I remember checking your content back out when you were covering things like Ruby, which was a Rooster Teeth series, which I like to watch. So interested to know if you're still in the game and if you're still doing those. Markeith Braden asks, do you have to have Adobe with the YouTube Starter Kit? It will work with anything that opens up Photoshop files, so you can use things like, there's some Canva assets, but you can use free things like Pixlr, or you could use photop.com, which is like peas in a pod, which is just like free Photoshop. You can use GIMP, so you can use other things to do that. And it would work pretty much the same way. It can open up those Photoshop files. So you can still use free things to edit, and it's pretty dope. So photop.com, which people are talking about in the live chat, is definitely one of the things you could use to edit that if you can't afford Photoshop for whatever reason. But currently Photoshop and Photoshop Elements is $10 a month. I think that's for everything you get. It's really good. S&H Sisters Forever ask, any advice for a kids channel? Study the market for kids channels. Like right now, one, I'm super tired, and then I'm reluctant to give advice when it comes to kids channels at this point beyond interviewing people that have them. I have my opinions and my theories about that, but it's one of those things to where that's one market where I think it's better for me to just interview somebody who has one to let them say certain things. I'm reluctant to give advice when it comes to kids channels for many reasons. Connor, I didn't see anything from you, and I didn't see a super chat. If you did one, let me check the dashboard and see if there was a super chat from you, because I didn't see one. Nope, Connor, I didn't see a super chat from you, so I didn't see whatever you said, if anything. Oh, let's see. Nope, I caught Jen and Darth Sadie, Clover Tack, Luxury Card Store, Fiberific, Thick Fit Chick, Lifestyle, Gutterman Animation, Clover Tack. Yep, I got all the super chats. So yep, that's the thing. How to put your channel on YouTube Kids? No idea. Not on YouTube Kids. I do not want to give advice on YouTube Kids. No, I'm not going to give you a free channel review. Nope. Sorry. Healthcare for Humans says awesome. Nice, thank you. V Reacts too, buddy. My sidekick. I love the Channelytics feature the best and the keyword copy tool. Yeah, no, that works out. Yep, definitely. AF Live says that sounds mean. Eh? I did a tweet, and then I'm about to go. Like, I did a tweet about this. My free advice is the free advice that's in the content that I do in the form of the videos, the podcast, the articles that I write, the interviews that I do. That's like a ton of free content. That's a ton of free advice. That's a ton of free information. Like, making content is already a challenge, especially doing the amount of content when you're doing it like every week and you're doing a lot of this stuff, or when you're doing 2-hour live streams, when you do like hour-long interviews with people, when you go and you speak on stage at events. Like, there's a lot of free content that I already do. I even speak at some of these events for free. Some of them don't even cover travel. Like, I do so much free content and give away so much free information that at this point I feel like people shouldn't be asking me for free one-on-one personal advice, especially now that like, if I tell you, hey, you can ask a few questions in a live stream, or you can ask a question publicly on Twitter, then, like, you know, that's one thing. But at this point, and it's been like 5 years of me giving away free information in multiple platforms, like longer than that actually, like in multiple platforms, over 1,000 videos, over like answering so many questions on Twitter, doing the live streams in Instagram, doing the live stuff on Twitch, giving so much away for it for free that when I say, hey, either there's a tip jar thing in a super chat, or hey, I set up my coaching stuff and you can either join my membership, or you can pay for one-on-one or whatever, or you can buy a course or whatever, that, you know, that's kind of a line that I had to draw in the sand, because I literally get DMs that like flood my thing versus people who want to do business with me, with people just wanting something for free all the time, flooding my DMs, flooding my email, making it a real challenge and a real pain to answer everybody that I should be answering about something where there's a deal to be had, or even some of my personal relationships where like people are DMing me because they're friends of mine, or we want to collab together, we want to do something. And so drawing a line in the sand there is about respecting myself, respecting my time, and respecting those relationships. And to be very real with you, when people keep asking me for stuff for free, they may not mean to, but I feel like it's disrespecting me at a certain point, because it's like saying that I'm obligated to give you my time beyond what I already have, you know, and get nothing in return, when I give a lot of free value with no expectation in return. I give a ton of free value with no expectation of anything directly from the majority of you in return, whereas some of you pay it forward in other ways. Some of you do sponsor donations, or some of you do super chats, or some of you buy products, or some of you buy merchandise or whatever, and that's great, but it's not the far majority. But you guys make it worthwhile to do some of that versus the majority. And then when companies and brands work with me, they subsidize it, but the far majority of people are taking everything, you know, and don't put anything back into me or into the community even. And then they're on top of that, they want to ask for my time, because it's one thing to just, okay, free content, got you. But the other thing is then when you ask for my time, and you ask for my expertise, and you ask for my talent, and you know, that just rubs me the wrong way a little bit, you know. And I'm not like being mean, and I'm not, you know, trying to be someone or have an attitude, you know. And yeah, some people who are smaller, people who are trying to make it, they do stuff for free. That's cool. That's them. I have no obligation to do whatever somebody else is doing because they do that. There are people who do stuff on Fiverr for $5 or $10 and everything like that, I charge more. It's whatever. Like, you know, my content might be free, you know, my time is not. And then there's certain higher level things and systems that aren't free. And, you know, there's a reason for that. Free is general, you know, generally speaking. It's good, it's valuable, but it's also, the reality is, for all the stuff that I've done for free, there are a lot of you who aren't going to do anything with it because you don't have any skin in the game. You don't have an investment. There's no penalty. It was free, so you don't feel obligated to do the work sometimes, even when I give you free advice. So, but people who pay for certain things, they actually do it. Like the people who pay for stuff, they actually commit and they actually do the work. They're the most successful people in my community. And there's a reason for it, because they're committed. When you put skin in the game, things happen. Things happen. So, you know, that's what it is. But there are some people that I think, you know, they are doing the best they can and they don't have it. So I give them a lot for free, and I have. And it's, you know, it's thousands upon thousands of pieces of content and information. And, you know, I enjoy it. But I think that then going any further to demand something of me or have the expectation or put the expectation on me to do anything else for free if I decide not to, and then to talk, you know, tell me that other people are doing this or to do that, it's just not, you know, it's just not something I'm interested in, because, like, I've set a boundary and I expect people to respect the boundaries that I've set or the rules that I've set, because that's what me respecting myself looks like, you know. Mark Yates, thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend. And also thank you. I saw you I think I just saw you get the YouTube starter kit, Mark. I think that's what I just saw from you. Nope, it wasn't you, Mark. It was Markeith Braden. So thank you, Markeith Braden. But also thank you, Mark Yates, for the $2 super chat. You did the Creator Academy link. You just want the starter kit. I'll take care of it on the back end, Mark Keith. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. So yeah. Miss Samantha says, I've watched probably hundreds of hours of Roberto Blake videos. If you aren't willing to work for learning, you don't deserve it. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, no. First of all, thank you, Samantha. That's super dope of you to say. And then, too, yeah, I agree that, like, with learning, if you, you know, if you aren't committed to learning and learning your craft and things of that nature, then, you know, I definitely think that you can't set certain expectations of success. You know, I think a lot of people feel entitled to success, and that's just not real. You know, you have to work for stuff. You really do. You have to earn it. YouTube decides how to get into YouTube Kids. Oh, that's super interesting. But that's not surprising, but like they should. But that also means that all the Elsagate stuff is their fault and it's their responsibility, and that's interesting. Unless they changed that recently, and then that's also interesting. I might want to look into that. I might want to investigate that for reasons. Radine Edwards asks, Roberto, do you think it's harder to make it in the Caribbean on YouTube? I don't know why it would be. I see people that are in Brazil that speak Portuguese making YouTube. I think it just depends on your content. Radine, I don't think that where you are in the world makes it any harder to make it on YouTube if you have good quality content that there's a demand for. You know, I think if you have good quality content that there's a demand for, that's, yeah, I don't think location, I don't think geography, I don't think geography plays a role in that negatively in any meaningful way. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like aside from the content that we do, aside from the content that we do, that we put out there for free, if you want a channel review from Nick Nimmin or Brian G. Johnson or myself, then, you know, hit up with a super chat based on whatever the rules are that, like, you know, we put in place for that, or even just because that would kind of be like a kind thing to do, considering we give so much information about all this stuff for free anyway. And again, this isn't me trying to guilt you. If you don't want to do that, then it's whatever. But I think having the expectation that you should get something is it's very telling about things about your character, you know. So that's where I feel there's a sense of entitlement, you know. But anyway, Dorian / you, $20 Canadian. Thank you for the super chat. What the heck? I was going to donate anyways. Review, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. So you're following the rules. Awesome. So I've got your channel up. We're going to hit that up here in a second. Let's see. Yeah, Rosa's Beauty, you might have to ask the question again, because I don't think I saw it. Yeah, I don't think I saw it because I was talking about something else about something else. So I didn't see, like, your question. Rose's Beauty Fashion. Yeah, I didn't see your question, and like I'm scrolling up and I still can't see it. Boom, 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 boom. How do you price products for yourself, for that matter? I'm getting to that point. Pricing your products is a matter of understanding what your market or your desired market will support, and you can also test that. There's not a hard and fast rule to pricing your products. It comes down to what you value them at and how you're able to communicate or justify that value to the people that you're asking to pay it. So yeah, there's not a hard and fast rule for pricing your own products. Obviously, you should price them to have the appropriate margin to be profitable. You shouldn't price your products at a loss. So doing the actual math and calculations on that becomes very important. So yeah, and I was trying not to be here over 2 hours, but like I'm doing this last thing, and then we're gonna try and go real quick. So let's check out this channel real quick from Dorian / It's not a bad piece of channel artwork, but it doesn't let me know anything about what the channel is about, so that's an issue. It looks like most of your stuff is about Linux, which is actually smart as far as a niche, and it seems like it's something you're into. Let's see how much content you've done. Let's see how long you've been at this, and let's see what is popular on your channel. Oh wow, so you did your first video 7 years ago, but then you didn't stick with it. Okay, that's not uncommon. So you've been real about it from like a year ago. Okay, cool. You don't have a big audience, so the views are normal, all things considered. Some of them are actually very high. Let's sort your videos by the most popular. Let's see what's popular. The video you did from 7 years ago is your most popular video. Ouch. But it makes sense. 2 of your videos from 7 years ago are your most popular video. But after that, there's a couple of these that have a couple thousand views, so that's not bad. How-to videos don't pop right away a lot of times, but if you tap into something mainstream or something that's happening now, they can. But if it's Linux tutorials and Linux stuff, and there is obviously there's a Linux community, there's a demand. The thing is, you should just be doing a Linux tutorial every week, and then your channel will grow. Like, I also would get more consistent about your thumbnail strategy, you know. So I would say do better thumbnails and be consistent and do one video a week and focus on Linux. Don't tap into like this whole YouTube thing or YouTube doing this. Vlogs aren't working for you. You're doing vlogs, but they're not working. And vlog 1, vlog 2, vlog 5 is like the worst title you can do for a video. So don't do that. Don't do vlogs because people are popular doing vlogs. It's like, don't do that. No, just stop. Everyone stop doing that, please. Please, 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 please. Do stuff that your audience has a demand for, because your audience isn't responding to these vlogs. Your audience isn't responding to when you talk about YouTube related topics. Your audience wants to know how to do Linux stuff. So talk about Linux, talk about Ubuntu, do a series on that, do weekly stuff, and you will get views and you'll get subscribers. Look at the stuff you did about Ubuntu from like a month ago. It performed. This stuff did well. And when you deviated from that with some of this stuff here, it didn't perform. So that's kind of like straightforward and obvious. And again, better thumbnails. Thumbnails get clicks, so do that. Maybe the YouTube starter kit can help. So I would, tutorial content, it just is what it is. Stick to Linux and stick to hardware and do Linux alternatives for Mac people and things of that nature and get people to switch over to Linux. I would say that makes a lot more sense for you. So I hope that gives you some perspective in terms of a content strategy, because I mean that's the real game, is that most people, they're not using or deploying an effective content strategy. Clover Tack, thank you for the other $5, buddy. I super appreciate you. Darth Sadie, let's check out what you're doing. $20 Canadian. I appreciate you. Let's see what's going on here. This will probably be our last one unless we get another one. Different channel artwork. Hard to read right off the top. Hard to read and hard to put into context. So I'm really struggling to read this right now, so that's rough. So definitely better channel artwork. Thumbnails, there's good stuff in the thumbnails. Don't cover up faces and don't cover up the main image with those things. And there are thumbnail strategies that I think would do better here. Let's see what's historically performed and get a sense of what the audience wants. Let's see what's performed. That stuff hasn't performed that much in the last couple of days. There's some stuff that did really... The Mass Effect stuff I would have thought would have done better. Let's try and see if there's anything that's actually popped on the channel before or performed very well, because everyone usually has at least one video that did. Oh yeah, you've got some videos that did really well. Theory videos do well for you, so I would do theory videos if those do well for you. But it also looks like there's things where you pivoted your channel, so it's hard to get a sense of consistency. And see, that's why sometimes a lot of channels struggle, because of there's a such thing sometimes as too much variety. I mean, I personally do like variety in a channel sometimes, but it's hard to pull off, and sometimes you need an overarching theme or you need a personality that could sustain it. I want to see what this recent video, I'm not going to really watch it as much as I'm going to look at what you did with optimizing it. Gameplay videos, only so many people can pull them off, and then you have to still do best practices and things. And I don't know if you, let's see if you were able to, nope, you weren't able to rank any of these either. And vidIQ is giving it a 4.8 out of 100 score for itself. And then let's see what SEO score it gave it. It's giving it a 50 out of 100. Like that's it. That's not great. And it's a 45-minute video. There are a lot of things that I think might be going wrong with a strategy like this. The thumbnail is definitely a part of it. The length of the video becomes a part of it. the optimization as well. The thumbnail being a huge part of it, especially as a gameplay thing. If you're going to do the gameplays, I would consider the fact that most people playing a video game, one, they do like a review of it. So I would do, if you're going to play a game, I believe in doing a review of a game. I believe also doing reviews of characters from the games do very well, especially since theory videos did well for you. If you're going to do gameplay and game stuff, I would put gameplay footage over commentary of commenting on a character and aspects of a character. I would do cutscenes and do aspects of a character. People like understanding aspects of a game, and they like giving their opinion on aspects of a game. So if you're going to do gaming related content on something that you like, that's the thing with gameplay. Gameplay is so generic. There's a way to leverage gameplay to avoid the production values of doing other types of content, but then being smart about the presentation and commentary and strategy in such a way that lets you stand out or offer something different to someone who's a fan of that game. So, that's what I would look at. So I think that'd be a different strategy to approach if you're going to step into that realm. That's why with me, it's not that I dislike gaming channels. My friend Bijou Mike has an awesome gaming channel. I just feel like that the thing with a lot of people that they don't do is I don't necessarily think that most people fully think through a really effective strategy to bring something different to people who are a fan of video games, and to say that, oh, well, it's my personality. Like, they don't know that when they click. So it's like that's something that I don't think people take into consideration as how they're going to get people there. I think in terms of game channels, Zelda Master had a good strategy. It took him a while, but he figured it out. And so reverse engineering what Zelda Master did very well on his channel is wildly practical, in my opinion. So, I would look at how you approach the strategy element of games in terms of thinking about what a game fan appreciates or what they'd like to think or say or express when it comes to being a fan of a game or a franchise. I think there's something to that. That's how I definitely think. That's how I am as a viewer. So, those are things that I would take into consideration if I was going there and if that was my intent. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you for everybody who super chatted. Thank you for the few of you who did channel reviews. I really appreciate you. Hope you got something out of it. Like I said, this is one I definitely wanted to do because I'm going to be at MomoCon on Friday, and then I'm probably hanging out with my friends, so I won't be doing a Friday live stream. I will do a Friday recorded video. I definitely want to thank our sponsor for this live stream, TubeBuddy. Make sure you go into tubebuddy.com/awesome. Link and discount code in the description. So, I definitely want to thank them for supporting us, and they will be supporting other live streams in the future. We'll get other sponsors as well. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the products on awesomecreatoracademy.com. They definitely do help support the channel. I'm not doing any panels at MomoCon this time. I usually do, but not this time. This time I'm going to be there more in the capacity of a photographer and a fan. I may or may not do a meetup, though. I haven't decided. If I do, it'll probably be Saturday. Or Sunday, haven't decided. Rosas Beauty Fashion, how can I get a one-on-one? So if you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, over on awesomecreatoracademy.com, I do have the details of how you can work with me one-on-one, whether that's for consulting for your business or whether that is for a YouTube channel review. So if you want to check that out, go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, which is my website. It's my online education platform. We have a mentoring group that's a monthly group membership. You can do private business coaching with me one-on-one for 90 minutes. You can buy the Formula for Awesome Videos course, or you can do a one-on-one YouTube channel review for 30 minutes. And then we have some other products here, like the YouTube Starter Kit. We also have a YouTube Analytics training video that you can sign up for free. And then I also linked in the description where you can get our checklist for 40 tips for YouTube thumbnails that get clicks and views for your channel. So those links are in the description down below. Make sure you're checking that out. Go to awesomecreatoracademy.com. Nandan says, will you ever meet Peter McKinnon? I already met him. I met him last year at Buffer Festival, and Peter knows who I am. He actually gave me a shout out in a collab video they did in another channel, so that's pretty dope. Yeah, Peter and I have met. He's a good dude. He's an awesome dude. Maybe we'll collab in the future. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so when you guys get a chance, make sure you're checking out awesomecreatoracademy.com. Make sure you're checking out all the discounts for other things in the description. All right. So guys, that's it for today's live stream. We went for over 2 hours, which kind of was trying to go under 2 hours, but you know, these things happen. But I appreciate you guys spending time with me. Thank you everybody who super chatted. Living with the Guzmans, thank you. Thank you Clover Tact for moderating. Thank you Miss Samantha for showing up. Yeah, Miss Samantha, if you see me, I insist that you come over and say hi. Would be dope. You know, remember, strike first, strike hard, no mercy, Cobra Kai. Like, no, I love that. I love that show. You guys should absolutely watch Cobra Kai on YouTube Red. The first 2 episodes are free, and then you got to get a YouTube Red subscription. # not sponsored. But yeah, Cobra Kai. Love that show. It's gonna save YouTube. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. The replay will be available when YouTube's done processing it. Anthony, I'll see you back over in Awesome Creator Academy. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Remember, go out there and create something awesome today, and use those links down below. Take care.